Okay, so my name is Naru, and this is my new YouTube mini-series where we'll be building different Lego sets. We'll basically be doing a unboxing and an assembly of different sets. I'm not really sure the frequency with which I will do these. I'm thinking probably once a week to start. Maybe. We'll just kind of see how this goes. Kind of new to the whole YouTube channel thing, so bear with me. And if you have any questions kind of for me, you can put them in the comment section and I'll try to reply to all of them, in future videos. So, and I'll do my best to interact with any and all subscribers and things like that going forward. So, yeah, so let's just get right into it. This is the first set we're going to start with. This is the, what is this here? Poe X-Wing fighter from one of the newer Star Wars films. I actually ended up getting a really good deal on this particular kit. I'm trying to get the glare off the box, but it's not working the best, but you can see it from kind of back here, and you can always Google the kit number over here. This one is 75102. It is 717 pieces, so it's a pretty decent sized kit. I believe this retailed for $79.99, and the local Targets around my area had them discounted. The ones that still had them in stock, of course, these were discounted down to, I believe it was $46. So that's less than half, or that's a little under half price or half off. So I think that's an incredible value for this particular set. I think I did the math on it. I think before tax, of course, it comes out to around 6 cents a piece, which I don't know if you're ever going to beat that, honestly, on especially a Star Wars kit. To be fair, I'm not a super big fan of the new Star Wars series. I'm more of a fan of the original ones. Not that the new ones are bad, I just think I like the old ones better, personally. So this is the back of the box. Just kind of gives you like kind of some of the features, kind of some of the stuff inside. This particular kit appears to have 3 minifigs and then a little miniature BB-8, and the little rolling droid that we all know and have seen in the new movies, which is kind of cool. So this set has not been opened. This is brand new, unopened. I will be opening that right now for the video, and that's how all of my future videos will be. They will all be brand new sets. Well, I actually have a few old sets that I'm going to be building on this series, and we'll get into that another time. But most of these will be new sets, and we'll just kind of start opening them up and just kind of get into it. So I might needed to have brought a knife, but I think we can get by without. Let's see. I don't want to totally mangle this box, because that would not be ideal. Give me 1 second. Yeah, like I said, this is a new kit. So we will be cutting the protective tape off. And we will go ahead and open it up and see what we've got inside. Okay. And I haven't actually put one of these newer sets together, so looks like we got a bag with number 5 on it. Looks like we've got some decals. I'll make sure to kind of give you guys a little bit of a look at all this as it's coming out of the box. Looks like we've got an instruction manual. This thing could almost double as a small phone book. It's that thick. Man, that's a heck of a that's a heck of an instruction book. Definitely not something I'm used to seeing, because I've been playing with Lego since I was a kid. Got a number 3 package. Hopefully, just hoping all the pieces are inside. It'd be a little unfortunate. Number 1. Number 2. And I should point out that I believe what I want to do, kind of what I want to do with this YouTube channel, and that looks like that's everything out of the box. Okay, so kind of one of the things I want to do on this channel is I want to put these kits together for you on video, and then at some point in the future, depending on if, you know, it's not necessarily a set that I'm super worried about keeping for maybe my collection, I'll be looking at doing giveaways in the near future for my subscribers as kind of a way to give back to everybody that watches my videos and supports them. I know that Lego sets are not super affordable. I mean, they can be, but that was always one of the things when I was growing up. My parents didn't always buy me very many of these, and when they did, they were usually the small kits, primarily because of, you know, just how pricey they could be, even back in the, you know, mid and late 80s and early 90s, and even to today. So that's kind of one of the things. It'll be kind of a small incentive to be a subscriber to my YouTube channel. So I guess without further ado, let's get into that. Again, this is the book, the instruction book. I've definitely never seen one this big before. This thing has a lot of pages. It looks like we're up. Okay, of course there's a lot of advertising, and I guess I should have expected that. It looks like we've got in total with the inventory 118 pages. So that's pretty good size. So, my goodness. I like how they literally give you, that's funny, they have a brick separator tool that you can get. I'm assuming you would have to order that on their website. Helps you kind of pry up the small pieces off of the bigger ones. Because Lord knows, sometimes those can be really difficult to get into. I wonder if I can set this box over here so we can kind of keep it in the background. That way you can kind of keep an eye on that. Okay, so we need to start with bag number 1. We'll just kind of order these as appropriate as we need to. We're going to keep the decals off to the side. Trying to be gentle with this. The last thing you want to do is pry one of these bags apart and have all the parts inside go flying everywhere. That would probably be the last thing you'd ever want to do. I like how all these bags are recyclable plastic. That's kind of neat. I definitely wasn't expecting that, so that's kind of cool. Let's kind of spread this stuff out. Looks like we've got a couple minifigs inside this one. Oh, excellent. So it turns out you really didn't have to buy a brick separator. This specific kit actually comes with the tool, so that's kind of nice. I'm sure that's going to come in handy here pretty soon. So looks like to start off with, and you can find these instruction books online. I know that there's several websites that are really good about providing these, so if for some reason you lose your own instruction book, or you know, whatever, maybe your kit didn't come with one for some reason, you can usually find them online. So it looks like the first step, they want us to put the minifigs together. And looks like I said we got 2 of them in this one. I like the level of detail that they put on these. Way more detail in these than I ever remember in any of the kits I had growing up as a kid. I think, where's the heads? Oh, they're in here. Wow, you got bags inside bags, my goodness. But the level of detail, oh wow, lots of really tiny parts. That's always fun. But no, the level of detail on these is really cool. Some of the older sets that I still have nothing like this on them. So it's really neat to see these. To the extent with which they are. Oh wow, that's really cool. So not only does this little minifig have a suit on, but he's got a battle helmet, like a pilot helmet too, with an already built-in little yellow visor. That's very cool. That's definitely not something they had back when I was putting these together as a kid, I can tell you that much. And let's see, then they want us to put the other minifig together. I believe this says on the box, the two that we're putting together is a Resistance X-Wing pilot and a Resistance ground crew. Those are the two they're having us start out with. And then that guy, he's pretty cool looking too. Got a little helmet and everything. Doesn't look like they have, oh, and one of them does have a weapon. Let's find that. We've got a wrench in this kit, but I'm not... Where's this little gun? Is it in this bag? Hopefully we don't start off the mini-series missing pieces. That would be really unfortunate. Of course, I could be staring right at it and just not seeing it. Let's open this other little bag. It's supposed to be a little handgun, a little blaster. Maybe it's inside. Oh, I just found it. There it is. Booyah. Okay. That's kind of neat. That's not a ton of detail with it, but still pretty cool. And that's supposed to be in the pilot's hand. Well, not pilot. That's the, yeah, he is a pilot. He's not Poe, the main guy. So now he's got his little shooter on him. Alright, so we've got two minifigs ready to rock and roll. Okay, technically that wasn't even step one. That's just the first part they have you do out of the bag. So for the next part, looks like we need this yellow base piece. And boy, a lot of these look similar. My goodness. Oh, wait. Is that it? No. I'm sure that piece is here somewhere. Maybe. My goodness. It's a little flat piece. It's a two peg piece with a little bracket on the end. I guess it probably wouldn't hurt if I kind of just start sectioning these up a little bit. Oh, there it is. So we're starting off with these. And actually, I'll give you kind of a quick peek at the page I'm working with. So we already built the two minifigs, and now we're on to actual step 1 and 2. And I'll try not to waste a lot of time while building these. I'll kind of keep it, moving along for the sake of content. But the nice thing about YouTube is if things start getting a little stale, at least you can kind of fast forward to the good stuff. And that's always been kind of nice. Okay, we need another brick, or a flat brick. Yep, and that's the darker gray. And we're going to need one of the little red guys. I do want to kind of give a quick little shout out to Netflix. There's a little mini-series that they make called The Toys That Make Us, or The Toys That Made Us. Let's put it, I think that's actually what it's called. And they have a great episode, I believe it's part of season 2, all about Legos. And I mean, if you're already a Lego fan, great, but if not, you should, or if you don't know a ton about the history of Lego, it is by far and away one of the most interesting things I've ever watched. It's very informative. It's kind of funny in parts. I mean, it's just the history of Lego it's really an amazing thing, and it is actually one of the things that kind of rekindled my love again for Lego sets. Is just how interesting all of this stuff really is, and kind of where it all came from, and boy, the amount of effort it takes to get one of these kits designed, and it's amazing. I mean, it really does kind of help justify the price of these in my opinion. So this is basically steps 1 and 2 built so far. Alright, let's get on to the next page. Boy, this is a really big book. Okay, so here we are on the next page. Steps 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Okay. I think the instructions have gotten better with these over time, and that's great because I've got an older pirate set from the, let's see, where is that? Oh wow, really good instructions. I've got an old pirate set from the late 80s, and the instructions, while they're pretty good, there's a few places where I feel like they could have been a lot better. And it really kind of leaves you wondering on some things if you actually got the thing put together right. But honestly, I think what it really comes down to is, did you have fun building it? And nobody says you have to build it exactly like the instructions say. I personally kind of go with, hey, build it the instruction way first, and then go back and make it your own a little bit. I think that's kind of what I did as a kid, and I always had a lot of fun doing that. I mean, because, you know, nobody says you have to build it exactly to specs. You can, but there's nothing that says you have to. And in fact, there are several sets, I believe with the new creator sets, there's actually more than one way, even in the instructions, to build the kits, which I think is great. You actually get multiple builds out of even just one box, and they definitely didn't have that going around when I was a little kid, because, man, my parents, that's actually like a really good selling point, I think, nowadays to parents, because it's like, oh, great, you know, you can only build one thing. You're going to build it, you're going to get bored with it, on to the next toy, and then we got to go back to the, you know, wherever toy store and get you another one. It's like, hey, you know, Mom and Dad, look, this thing builds lots of stuff. I can be very entertained with this for quite some time. So I really applaud Lego for kind of thinking outside of the box on, literally, on that, because, you know, as if Legos weren't expensive enough. I mean, if you can kind of sell it to the parents, I mean, geez, you can really kind of sell it to everything on that. Okay, so we're moving right along. We're already up onto step 6. Hopefully I didn't miss anything here. I don't think we did. I think we're moving along nicely here. This looks like it's probably the, let's look on the box. This is going to be a little utility scooter. This isn't the actual X-Wing yet. This is just another a little side kit that goes along with the big one. But it's coming along very nicely. And I like the instruction to it. It even actually tells you to flip the thing over. I have never seen that in a Lego instruction kit before. I mean, you would think it's pretty obvious, but you never know. Okay, so we're done through step 6. This little scooter or loader is kind of coming along pretty nicely, and it's got the little hover, you know, discs on the bottom. It's pretty cool looking so far. Okay, let's get to the next page here. And again, like I said before, you can probably find this instruction book if you want to follow along on your computer without having to back up the video, or, you know, just kind of whatever on here online. Like I said, many different websites will have these instructions available, which is kind of nice. That's actually how I was able to reassemble my old late 80s pirate set, was from a website. Thankfully somebody had put a PDF of the instructions on it, so I was still kind of able to make it again. I was really happy about that, because I must have played with that kit as a kid, I don't know how many times putting it together, but I really liked that one growing up. I just thought it was one of the coolest toys I'd ever had. Okay, looks like we're putting a little supply box together. That's kind of cool. And then we're putting these little red pieces inside of it. It kind of reminds me of that pirate set I was just talking about. It came with these little gold doubloons that you would put inside. Makes it really feel like you've got a real treasure chest there. It was really neat. A lot of detail, even for an older set like that. I was really blown away by that as a kid. I was like, wow. Of course, they're so small, they're super easy to lose. I actually was totally shocked I still had all those pieces. I would have thought for sure those would have been gone for sure, but hey, everything kind of worked out with that kit, and I'm pretty happy about that. It looks like we're going to be adding a decal to this particular piece that I'm working on right now. This looks like a little utility box that we're assembling currently. Put the little wrench on the side of it. That's pretty neat. You can hear, you can kind of see, if I can get that back open again, yeah. This little box opens and those little red pieces are inside. It's kind of cool, I like that. And then it did say we need to put a decal on here. Okay. I'm not in love with the idea of using stickers on these sets, but I do realize that it's going to be near impossible to make a lot of these without the use of them to a certain extent. As long as they don't get too heavy-handed with them, I'd really rather see them apply them to the pieces, you know, without you having to do them. So we put that little sticker right on the front here. It's kind of nice, gives a little extra level of detail. And then we're going to add this piece to the loader. And it looks like that just kind of mounts to the back. That is really cool. Yeah, this thing is really coming together nice. And this isn't even the whole thing. They really did something cool here with this particular kit. I am genuinely having a good time building this. Okay, so it looks like for now we're done with this guy. So we're just I'm gonna just leave him kind of in the foreground here, and then we're on to the next whatever part of this we're doing. It looks like we're assembling a ladder system. Probably the one that builds up to the X-Wing itself. Now, I would love to have an original X-Wing kit from like the early movies, but in my opinion, I think this one will do just as well. It's part of the reason why I selected this kit. Not just because it was on sale for a very good price, but because it is modeled after the original X-Wing design. And I would say out of all the Star Wars ships, aside from Boba Fett's Slave One and possibly the Millennium Falcon, this is easily my next runner-up for favorite starships in all of the Star Wars movies. I do like Darth Vader's, I think TIE Fighter, I believe it's called. That's very cool too, but it seems like it gets very limited time in the movies, whereas with the X-Wing, you see it, you know, because Luke, you know, has his, you see it so much more. And I get the, you know, I just feel like you get a lot more screen time with it, therefore it's a lot easier to kind of be a bigger fan of those ships, in my humble opinion. Okay, so I guess that was it for this piece. This is just a little ladder system. That's kind of cool because this, I'm sure you can just kind of slide it up next to the X-Wing once we, you know, finish building it. And yeah, so we'll set this up here in the foreground as well. I'll kind of angle it so you guys can kind of get an idea what it looks like. It's very cool looking. I like how it stands on its own. That's a really cool design. Okay, so now we are definitely into the meat of the build here. We are beginning the build on the X-Wing itself. Okay. And I'm actually surprised they had all this stuff in here, and we're still only in the first bag. I need to set the little guys up here in the front too, the minifigs. That way you can see those guys too. Okay, so we need the got this piece, and then a weird looking one of these. And actually we need two of them. And I like how in the instructions they make it very well illustrated, the orientation of these, because I could see, even though there's only one little opening on the bottom, it's kind of hard to tell where you would arrange these a little bit. So again, kudos to the design team and the team that makes the instructions on really doing a bang-up job on these instructions, because we'll just fling some pieces around the table. That's always fun too. They never said you couldn't play with your set, even though it's not totally built. They never said that, so. Okay, looks like we need a 4-piecer. Actually, we need 2 of those, like so. And we're gonna need the bigger looking, I don't know what they call this exactly, but it's like a, kind of like almost like a, I want to call it a cup piece, but it's not. It looks like we're just going to go ahead and attach this right quick. And then we're going to add it to this. Okay. Another one of the smaller looking ones up front. And then the other one. I'm assuming we're building the cockpit just based on the shapes we're working with so far. I could be wrong, but I think that's what we're working on so far here. So it's already kind of coming together pretty good. And we're on to the next page. Okay, so we're going to need some orange pieces, 4 of them to be exact. But kind of going back to the that Lego mini-series or documentary that Netflix did, there at one point during the documentary they talked about how Lego had almost gone bankrupt. And you know, you think about today how popular and big Lego is now. I almost can't ever fathom something like that ever happening. It's just, who in this world almost doesn't know what Lego is? I mean, they make Lego sets of literally everything. It's almost hard for me to even believe that you know, a company that big could ever come near going bankrupt. But apparently they did, and I guess the original CEO of the company, I guess he kind of stepped down and kind of let somebody else kind of run the show for him, and I guess it paid off because they made a really quick comeback, which is good because I mean, anymore now I can't even imagine a world without Legos. So we are still just chugging right along here. There's another one of those. Here we are. Okay. That's the next page we're on. Still kind of adding to that from what looks to be the cockpit and coming along pretty nicely. Actually, let's put this guy on first. Then we can add these. Oops. Got a small little error here on my part, but that's kind of okay. I'm kind of anxious to try out this tool to pop the Lego piece up, if that actually... Oh my god, it works. That is so cool. Oh, I've never done... That's okay, epic hats off to Lego on that maneuver. That is really neat. God, it makes you wonder, like, God, I need to look up when exactly whoever developed the Lego tool for that, because, man, that saves a lot of, like, having to get your fingernails into the sides of these things sometime and just really give it all you got to break the brick off of another smaller piece, or, you know, wherever it was. That is so cool. Wow. I'm still, like, just blown away at some of these kits. I would have thought, you know, you really wouldn't have anywhere to go innovating on these things, but apparently I'm totally wrong and off base on that. Okay, it looks like we're getting some of these sidebar pieces involved. That's gonna, I'm sure, start building up the sides of the ship. We need one of these guys here, and then we need some of these gray guys here. Okay, so you can kind of see how this is starting to take shape a little bit. It's looking really good so far. Really digging this kit so far. Very enjoyable. And now we're going to get some of these yellow pieces involved. Actually, I don't know if these are yellow, almost like beige. Either way, we'll just go with yellow. And then we need another one of these. And we're going to get some blue pieces in here. And then we need a couple more of those guys up here. I'm sure that these little side pieces that I'm putting on here, I'm sure that will help with the wings, like, flexibility. I'm really looking forward to when those come together, because wow, I imagine this is going to be a pretty good sized kit once it's fully assembled. And this might be one that I decide I want to keep for my collection, but since I was able to get a pretty good deal on it, I would not be totally opposed to doing a giveaway on this kit at some point. And if I had a lot of fun putting this together, I don't imagine why somebody else wouldn't have a blast putting this together too. So far, this is just great. I am really liking this kit. Also, for future reference, if there's any kits in particular that you would like to see me build, please comment below and let me know. Say, hey, Naru, I really, you know, I'd like to see you put, you know, and make sure to put a Lego, the kit number. That's very important. Don't just always, don't necessarily say, I mean, I can usually work with the title of whatever the kit is, like this is Poe's X-Wing Fighter. You could do that, but always make sure to comment with the exact kit number. That way there can be no mistake on my part which kit I get. Because I really want to kind of hear what all my viewers have to say about these kits. I value your guys' input. So definitely, you know, comment on that stuff. Okay, and it looks like we're putting some cross members on here, kind of solidifying this a little bit more. And it looks like it's wanting 4 of these. That's interesting. I don't see these. I wouldn't imagine. Okay, so let's see. I guess I wouldn't have thought. Oh no, those are gray, I guess. Wow, the color in the manual is actually kind of a little bit off. I'm assuming that these are gray colored, but it's almost hard to make them out. Or if they're not gray, they're almost a silvery color, almost a metallic color. But they kind of look yellow in the manual. Maybe it's just the lighting. I mean, in the future, I might be able to upgrade my lighting in here in my little build station, so to speak. Might be able to get a little bit better effect in here, which would probably be pretty nice. Okay, looks, wow, this is an interesting, never seen a piece quite like this. Got lots of holes in it, you know, lots of different connections that can be made. It's kind of neat. I've never seen one quite like this. We're still just chugging along here. But no, I was pretty hyped to do a Star Wars Lego build for my first debut video because I've always been a Star Wars fan. I definitely like the Legos involved with the Star Wars franchise. Even though this is from the newer movie, to me the X-Wing is the X-Wing. I mean, you're not going to get around that. So I feel like this was an incredible value for what you got, and I was really excited about to be able to bring this to you guys for a debut video. I don't know if I showed you this page. I'm trying to make sure to show you every page, but if I miss one, like I said before, you can always find these online if you kind of want to follow along with the build. So that way nobody gets left out on these. And I do apologize if I miss a page here and there. I definitely want to kind of keep you guys kind of, you know, okay, this is what he's doing next, okay. And feel free to comment if you see me make a build mistake. You know, I want to make sure I make these accurately. But again, no pressure to build these exactly per the instructions. Like I said, you can make these your own very easily. So never feel like you have to go right along with the instructions. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. It's, whoops, kind of knocked one of the guys over a little bit here, my bad. Sorry, dude. This is coming together quite nicely. This is definitely the middle section of the ship, unless I'm totally off base, but I feel like we're right there in the middle. And we've got the little circular connectors here for, I'm sure, the wings to extend up and down. That's really cool so far. Okay. So here we are on to the next page. Oops, don't want to cover up anything. Now, we need some new pieces. However, oh, no we don't. I'm wrong. They are inside here. I just wasn't looking at them quite close enough. Okay, I have to point this out. This is extremely cool. Okay, so just in case you didn't notice, I didn't realize it till now. I just tried it. This right here says 1:1. That's the aspect ratio. So you can literally take this piece and set it directly on top of the instruction book, and you know you have the right piece because it's literally to scale. It's the size. That is really cool. I like that they did that. They've never done that, at least I don't remember ever them doing that in instruction books in the past. So this is a very cool little addition that they've apparently started doing since some of the older sets that I've built. I can't commend them enough for that. That is really cool. And I'm glad to see that they're doing stuff like that. It really does help with any kind of confusion one of the, you know, a builder might have, or an assembler, whatever you want to call it, might have with one of these kits. I am anxious to see what we're doing with this piece because it is already looking pretty cool. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like almost like a crankshaft or something that would work you know, like a transmission or something. It's pretty cool. Okay, we're getting a gear involved here. That's pretty cool. This has teeth on it, like a bicycle gear. That's neat. I like that. This has the makings for a very interesting build. And then we're going to incorporate this into the side here. And it looks like you have to get this piece with the teeth pointed inward. Whoops. If I don't throw it across the room, of course. Across. So I'm assuming that way when you rotate the, or I'm sorry, when you work the wings, they probably flex in unison. So if that's actually what this does, I'm going to be absolutely over the moon about how cool that'll be. And then let me get the page shot real quick. And then it looks like we need to catch the other side with another one of these little red pieces, and that holds it in place. And then we need to slide the gear back over to the other side. Also, comment down below if you're team dark side or team light side. I used to be a really big fan of the light side. I think I'm pro Darth Vader now. The guy's just a boss. Dude's just awesome. I mean, yeah, he's evil and all that stuff, but he just looks menacing. The guy just scares the heck out of you. I mean, alright, so look at it this way. If Darth Vader, you run into Darth Vader in, like, let's say the Mos Eisley Cantina, and he's looking for you, and he wants your head, oh man, I'm scared out of my mind. He pulls that lightsaber out, oh man, it's over at that point. I'm running for my life. I mean, I know running, you don't run from Jedi, but you know, I mean, he's gonna get you. He's gonna mess you up. That breathing and that helmet, he just scary as all get out. Okay, so we've got the gear piece. Oops, let's turn it around so you actually see what I put in here. And you can kind of see how it'll rotate here now. So that's kind of cool. I like that. That's very neat. Okay, and then it looks like we're just basically we're assembling the same thing on the other side. Kind of just mimicking the other side, just like the other one. And then we need these guys to come back on the other side as well. And then just slide it on the end like so. Oh, that's cool. They did another one of those 1-to-1 aspect ratios, so you can kind of check your work, so to speak. It looks like they want to make sure that you've got these gear actuators here on the sides. I'll try to kind of hold that up. These here and here correctly oriented, so that way I'm guessing when you work the X-Wings part of the ship, it actually works as it's supposed to. That's very cool. Okay, next page. It's almost hard for me to believe that this is still just one of the bags, one of the numerous bags inside of this kit. That is something else. Upside down, connect them like this. And this guy's going to come in right behind it. Kind of hold that all together. Okay, wow, okay, I'm starting to see how this is going to go. That is very cool. And then we're going to basically just add it to the end of the ship here. Wow, this thing is slowly but surely taking shape. We just added this part here. Wow. Honestly, I really am leaning more towards doing a giveaway on this particular kit at some point, just because I'm having so much fun putting it together. I would absolutely love to have someone else enjoy this as much as I am right now. It's just a really cool build. And I'm not even really, I don't even know that I'm really into the good stuff yet. It's just, it's been so fun for me so far. Literally just hyped about this so far. And it's interesting to see some of the different colors of the bricks that never were available when I was building things like this as a kid. I think I already showed this page, but we'll just do a quick recap. Just in case. I don't want to miss anything. Okay, and then on to the next page. Okay. Got some of these gray pieces. We'll bring them in here and here. And then an individual little guy. That's interesting. I kind of wonder what the need for the individual one was. But I'm sure we will find out soon enough. Okay, and then the solo brown brick goes right here. And I need one of these guys. page. It looks like we're going to be flipping it over upside down. Work on the underside of the ship a little bit here. Or no, I'm sorry, we're not flipping it upside down. We were working on it like this. It wants you to basically rotate it the other direction. Again, I'm very impressed with these instructions. And it looks like these just go here on the ends. I am super excited to see this fully assembled. I probably won't take this apart right away. I'll probably leave it up and display it for a little while. Just, you know, because it's really neat so far, and I can't imagine how cool it's going to look when it's done. Okay. There's that page. Moving right along. I think we're coming to the end here pretty quick of just the first bag. Even that's been one heck of a build so far. It looks like we're going to cover... Wait, yeah. Cover that guy with that. And then we're putting these little tail pieces on. That's interesting. I've definitely never seen anything quite like that in a Lego kit before. That's pretty neat. Kind of gives it this smooth, kind of angled out kind of section on the back of the ship. That's neat. I like that. Gonna need these two, these two, and one of these guys. And it looks like we're going to go across the top here. Down the side in the middle. And pop this guy here on the end. And finish up with a little two-peg piece right here. Okay. So again, this is kind of what we've got so far. This is really looking nice. It's really coming together nice. I like how this is going so far. And it looks like we're going to be incorporating the other gear from this particular bag. Oh, we need those two here at the end. And it looks like we're just going to slide the other gear piece on the back. That's cool. So that'll move freely, at least for now. And then we bring these other two bricks right here on the side. Now, we still have some leftover pieces here. I'm not sure that we're going to use these, or if these are just spares that they put in here. I don't think I read anywhere it said it had spares, but these are the excess pieces we have. And I'm assuming we're on to the next bag. Yep, we sure are. So, I'm just going to kind of slide these up here at the top, off to the side for now. Just because we don't really need them. We'll get on to this next one. And gently slide the pieces onto the table. Wow, even more tiny pieces in this little bag. Mustn't tear the bag and shred it and fling everything quite everywhere. That would be most unfortunate. Okay, so as I said, on to the second bag, as indicated up here. Let's get it. And we are still working on... Oh, I like how they kind of give you an overview at the top of the page. I just now noticed that. Kind of what the end result from what your whole build should look like once everything from bag 2 is assembled. That's nice. I like that. I just noticed that. Very neat. Very, very neat. Okay. Looks like we've got some perforated pieces. That's interesting. And again, I'm seeing some new designs on the bricks that I've never seen before. I can really dig that. That's really neat. I like that a lot. I'm just going to bring those up here. And then we need one of these little, I don't know, I almost want to call it a drop-off piece. It's a little gray piece, just like this one. Where are we putting that? Oh, right on the end of the brown one. Very good. Okay, next page. I'm going to try to kind of pick up the pace here a little bit. Not because we're really limited for time, just, you know, I don't want to lose your guys' interest, even though I'm having a lot of fun. Maybe everyone watching might not be having the most fun ever, but I do hope you are enjoying watching me assemble this beautiful Lego set. We'll just kind of, whoa, this one's not going on itself. We got it. Had to get it oriented a little bit better. Oh, okay, now it's getting interesting. We are actually officially putting the chair inside the cockpit right now. Oh yeah. Boom. Love it. That is neat. I was kind of wondering when that piece was going to eventually make its way around. It's like, oh my god, we're actually assembling the cockpit. Ah. The hype is so real. Okay, next page. I can already see now where the pilot's you know, directional stick is going to be going based off of the design here in front of the chair. That's really neat. Yep, and on the very next step, because I hadn't looked down yet, that is exactly where it is. That is so cool. So we've officially assembled that part now. He's got the little directional stick in there to work with. That's neat. Love it. Alright, next page. Looks like we need 2 of these guys. We're just going to put them basically back to back right here. And then this cool looking red piece goes down in the front. And that does line up nicely. Good, good. And then we've got a little cylinder we're putting in the lower part. And it just kind of locks in place. Nice. We're chugging along. Looks like we've got a little rounded off piece we're in need of next. Find it. Maybe. Oh, here it is. And that's just going to sit on top here. Okay, we need 2 of these guys. Okay. I'm going to start by putting 1 red piece in the end of one. And then this guy's going to go down the other side. Like so. Hopefully I did that right. I think I did. And then that guy's just going to go on the end there. And that actually can rotate. That's kind of neat. I'm not real sure what that's going to do yet, but that's going to rotate. That might be, I don't know yet, but maybe a blaster cannon or something in the front. I'm not real sure. Next page. Or it could just be, you know, the next piece that, you know, builds onto it. But either way, we will be finding out very soon. Again, one of those nice 1-to-1 ratio diagrams. Those do help a lot, I think. And it kind of helps keep track of your pieces for you, so you know you're not missing something or, you know, something like that. I've not really ever had an instance where I've opened a Lego kit new and had something missing, but I would imagine if it's a fairly recent kit, they would, I would imagine you could reach out to their customer service, and I think they would probably be able to make it right for you. You know, like send you the replacement or something like that. And it looks like we're just joining these together.
these other pieces on the ends. And these little blue guys are going to go inside. Pretty sure I already showed it, but I figured I wouldn't have to show it again. Okay. Here's the next page. And it looks like we're taking that cross section piece, and that's going to go in the bottom. And then this guy goes in the top like so. Now, it looks like you push it all the way through to where it goes all the way in. I'm trying to be gentle with this. You don't want to be too forceful with it, but it looks in the diagram like it should go, and it does go all the way in. Nice. So it looks like it just built the nose. Whoops. Push the joystick down. It looks like it builds the nose of the piece. That is really cool looking. And I'm sure that's where that elongated, classic X-wing design will start coming together. That is a brown piece, and then it looks like just a bunch of these little yellow guys go on the end, or along the top of it. And then amazingly enough, it looks like you just can set it right on here. Stand this upright a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, that's nice. That just goes right on top. That's very cool. Okay. Now we're starting to assemble what looks like some of the wings, possibly. That's what it looks like anyway. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I've never actually seen a Lego piece like this before. It's got a joint in it, so it kind of takes a regular like square, and it can actually fold or extend out like it's hinged. That's interesting. I've never seen a Lego like that before. That's very cool. Very, very cool. I mean, I guess that none of this should really come as much of a surprise to me, but it still kind of does. Just because of how unique and different some of these pieces really can be. And it looks like we just join that one below, like that, and put some of those cool orange pieces back on top. It's kind of what we just built here. It's this kind of flexi piece. It's very neat, very cool. Okay, the next page. Just assembling more parts to this. And it looked like, oh, these are some of those beige pieces that I thought were yellow, but I think they might actually be more beige. Just gotta make sure we put them with the orientation properly. Yep, and a couple more of these hinge pieces. Very cool. It looks like it almost might be easier to do the hinge pieces with them straight ahead, like completely like closed, instead of trying to assemble them open, kind of like the instruction book is wanting you to do. Either ways, I guess the end result's still the same. You just want to make sure it looks like you have the hinges on the outside, so that way the whole piece can, open up like it needs to. Okay, that's a 3-piecer. Okay, and then there's another one somewhere. Oh, right here. Right here. Some of these guys involved. I'm really hyped to see what this thing looks like fully built. This is gonna be so cool. I feel my inner child coming back out again as an adult, and I gotta admit, it feels pretty darn good. Next page. More hinged pieces. It looks like boy, I hope I don't make this incorrect. I think I've got it right. Where's another hinge? Here we go. Yeah, that looks about right. I hope it's about right. Let's put it that way. Okay. We need these two gray pieces. We need two of these guys. We're going to stick these here. And here. And then we need a small two-piece on top at the end. And again at the end. Whoa, easy there. Easy there. Okay, now it looks like we're joining that onto here, like so. Wow, the articulation of this is going to be wild. Can't wait to see this. This just looks so cool. And again, we need some more hinge pieces. Oops, careful. I got a little overzealous there with that particular piece. There we go. Notice we still have the articulation we need, which is good. Okay, now we need some of these guys. Probably to help solidify the hinge system to this. Oops, don't want to overlap those, that wouldn't be good. Very neat, very, very neat. Okay. Rocking and rolling here. Next page. And there is so much detail on these, it's almost too much. Flat one, a smooth flat piece for this. Okay, and here's where it gets a little different. It looks like it has used a smooth orange piece on the upper and one of these little vented pieces down below. Very important to keep an eye on things like that. Little deviations in places where you wouldn't necessarily expect them to be or look like that. They can kind of throw you for a loop. Kind of see the little variance here, but that definitely was in the instructions. Okay, then it's going to ask me to turn this upside down, and we need a couple more of these guys, and basically it looks like we're just kind of solidifying down here by the hinge on the, you know, the first part here. Okay, on to the next page. And it looks like here we are integrating this whole thing we just built onto the end of our X-Wing. And it just looks like it slides on. It's kind of loosey-goosey a little bit, but it looks like you bring it in. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing how this goes on. That is really cool. That is so neat. How it connects to the rest of it. Oh my goodness, this is neat. Oh wow. And that is neat because that is what's giving you that like kind of like that sleek kind of, it's not just a straight piece, it kind of angles in a little bit. That is so neat. in case I didn't show you. Very cool. Very, very cool. Moving right along. Chugging right along. That is so cool. Wow. Okay, okay. And it looks like it goes here. We need a couple of these guys here and here. Then we need one of these really cool looking translucent red bricks. And that actually, we need a couple other pieces first. I'm assuming that we're about to assemble the little droid area behind the cockpit by where Poe would sit, is my guess. I could be wrong, but I think that might be right, because it looks like there's a little area here where some tools can go possibly. And then we need a little three-piecer right here. Okay, on to the next page. And it looks like we got, there's that little stair stepper piece. That's gonna come up here. And then this little white brick's gonna go here. Okay, okay, okay. And then we're going to bring these alongside from the looks of it, and then finish with a little sloped piece in front of them. Wow, this is just really, really cool. I just, you know, I almost don't have words for how neat this is so far. Very, very cool. Okay, and then we need a little 4-brick piece on either side, yes? Yes, right here. Here and here. Okay. And this thing is, well, it's kind of front heavy. Or I'm sorry, yeah, front heavy. It won't stay upright on its own. That's really cool. I like that. Okay, we are getting somewhere here. We need a couple of these guys to cover up here. Here, and then we need some angled pieces to aim backwards. Okay, where's the translucent piece again? That's going to be on the front of this little rounded edge piece, and then these come in kind of like so. Okay, and then we need one of these guys. Where are we putting that? We're putting that right across here. This thing is really coming together. Really neat. I love the colors on this. This is just so neat. Love the colors on this thing. Orange and black and some gold and reds in there. Just really neat stuff. Just really neat. Okay, it looks like we want... Gotta make sure I'm looking at this right. Oh, I'm looking at the completed piece. Silly me. Okay. And then it looks like we want this guy right here. This, I'm sure, is the tip or the end of the X-Wing. I'm really hyped to get this little piece to completion, just because it'll really start bringing the whole design of this together. Really, really interested in seeing what this looks like. Okay. Again, that was this page. And if I'm moving too fast with the pages, just you can always back the video up and pause it. You can always do that. I don't mean to be moving too quick, but for sake of time, we're just gonna press on and keep on chugging along here and making headway. Yeah, okay, so we've got the end of the ship, and let's bring it on home here. Oh my goodness gracious me, look at that. That is just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I can't say enough how excited I am. I'll give you a quick pick of the book again, and then the next page. How excited I am for this build. Just really cool stuff. And it looks like we are adding the final touches to the outside of the top here. Just some little accent pieces that really look good, that really just bring this thing together. Oh boy, it really makes this thing look sleek. Now that whole top part is kind of filled in. Wow. Okay, now it wants us to reorient this to this direction. We need one of these little angle pieces. And where are we putting that? We need one of this and one of this. Okay. Looks like we're putting it here right in front of the cockpit. That's going to be, oh, let's not bend this. That's one thing I get a little overzealous about is not paying attention to the rest of it. I should probably be holding it instead of pushing it down because you don't want to, you know, fold it up, you know. That would not be good. Looks like we are coming to an end on bag 2. These are going to be the final pieces for that. I feel like we're kind of picking up a little bit of speed here, and that's always good. Now, it looks like we're applying a decal here, a decal, however you pronounce that. I'm forgetting to pick up the kit again, that's my fault. It looks like we're going to be applying number 2 to this little flat 2-piece smooth black brick. Now the question is, okay, and it does show you kind of how to apply it, what orientation it needs to be, up, down, left, right, all that good stuff. Now, these are not going to be perfect, but I'm not too much of a stickler. It's on there. You might be able to make out the design on that. Whoops, dropped it, my bad. It's kind of hard to hold it. But you can kind of see the design on the end there. Very cool. And then we just apply that to the front. And now we have a full cockpit design. Okay. And I believe that is the end of the second bag. Yes. On to bag 3. Slide the extra pieces up here as always. Well, as always, that's just kind of what I'm doing now. My guess is that once you kind of get the body built, the rest is just going to be assembly of the wings. And I imagine that's going to go very quick. Yeah, I can already kind of tell that's what we're going to be getting into here. Just based purely on what's in this bag. And then I imagine it's just going to be a lot of repetition at that point, but I'm still really, really excited to see how that's going to look. I mean, it's different when you build it yourself and you have it in front of you versus just what you see on the box. I'll make sure to keep that kind of in view here, so you guys can keep tabs on what we are doing here. Okay, so again, let's gently spread some of these. Okay, that's cool. You can see on the hatch for the cockpit hatch, it's got some, I think that's painted on. It might be a actually, I think that might be a sticker. I can't tell for sure, but that is really cool. See that silver in there? That's very neat. I really like that. That is so cool. Okay. Enough gawking over this stuff. Need 2 of those guys. If I could find another. This. Almost feel like we're playing a little version of Where's Waldo. Excuse me. Every time we open this up. Okay, and it looks like we're starting assembly on the top portion for where the other wings will attach. And I imagine once we get to that part, it'll just fly right by. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Yeah, we're assembling the top of where the other the other wings will attach, the other parts where those will go on. Okay, again, that's that's what that page was. I'd say we're probably about halfway, or a little, if we're not halfway, we're very close to halfway. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this will really pick up once we get rocking and rolling on the wings themselves. And then we're looking for these little angled guys that, yeah, like these. Okay, I'm just amazed now at the sheer diversity in some of these pieces. Just such wild designs that I've never seen before. And it's so cool that they can do what they do with these Lego kits now. It's so impressive. Oh, there's the other one. It was eluding me. Okay, and these go right up to the little piece we put on last time. Very, very cool. Yep, and then these just kind of anchor that down. Wow, I am just loving this build. This thing is just so neat. Honestly, if I had had a kit like this as a kid, oh man, I think I would have officially been the bee's knees at school. I don't know how you wouldn't have been with a cool looking Lego kit like this. You know, your friends come over to your house and they see this and they're like, no way, you have the X-Wing, oh my gosh. You know, just such a cool build. I can't stress that enough. And then on top of it, that you put it together, and they're just like, "Wow, you built that?" And it's like, "Well, yeah. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I had instructions, but yeah, I put it together." There's the other one, Rafter. Okay, those just go alongside, up by the ends. Try to hold this to anchor it a little better, and these guys just go right in behind. Oh, wow. Okay. Gotta be careful. I'm not being careful. That was my bad. My bad. Try to put these in properly, and I'm getting a little too excited about building this, I guess. There we go. That's better. I keep telling myself, Nick, no, you gotta hold this. What am I doing? Next page. Okay, we need a brown one here. And I still really dig the one-to-one. Oh, and these have little anchors on the back. I like that. You can almost stand them up. Well, you can stand them up. Well, you can't kinda. You do. Or knock them down. That's fine too. Okay, and we need this little guy here. He's going to go in the middle. We're going to take two of these from the other side. And we need a blue piece here. Very cool, very, very cool. Okay, and then we need this other anchor piece. Where'd that go? I know I just saw it. Come on. And of course, sometimes the colors in the instructions can be a little misleading. Oh, here it is, right in front of my face. And then that guy just slides on the end here. Or maybe, oh, there it goes. A little bit difficult to get it started, but once you do, maybe not. Gotta work on that one a little bit. That one was a little bit tough to get to go through, but we got it. Okay. And then we need another blue piece here. Boy, that's not going on. And then one more yellow piece on the end. with the bigger portion sticking through, like so. Now, I did say we needed 3 of these. I'm anxious to see how this is all going to come into play here in the ship, but I am sure that it will. Okay, so we're going to bring the other brown piece from the other side. Okay, very nice. That connected very, very freely, so that's good. And then it looks like you take, okay, we need a piece here, and you put it down the end of the cylinder here, and then you follow it with the gear. And that's going to go up through the bottom, and then you just, looks like you just set it down on top here, like so. Okay, yeah, we're getting somewhere. So you can see now, right here, we have motion up top with the gears. Very cool. Okay, on to the next page. And I'm sure, again, that this is the motion of the X-Wing that we are steadily working towards. And this is going to be really neat. Really, really neat. Okay. Again, sorry if I'm kind of hustling through the pages here. Just want to kind of get to where I can show you guys the build in all of its final glory, because this thing is looking incredible so far, if I do say so myself. Just hats off to the people that design these beautiful kits at LEGO. Just truly wonderful. Now oh, there it is. I was going to say, I seem to be missing a piece, but I just found it. And it looks like we're going to be getting wings added here very soon. And I could not be more excited about them. Couldn't be more excited about that. And that's going to go across the back like so. We need a couple of these very odd shaped guys. Where did I see another one of these? Oh, right here. And these guys just go on the sides like so. Next page, next page. Okay, we need one of these, 2 of these, 1 of these, and 2 of these. Where's the other one? Right, no? No, that one's 2. Oh, right. Kind of one of those things where you could have been staring at it the whole time and not even realize it. It's kind of like, oh man, it was right there. Definitely have those moments daily. Looks like those go here and here. I love seeing the solidifying of all these pieces, like how they're starting to come together. It's looking really good, really, really good. Okay, we need another one of these funny perforated pieces. Those look kind of interesting. 2 of these guys. Oop, one of those little guys is trying to roll away on me. It looks like we need 2 of these. Okay. Looks like this guy goes here behind the orange piece. It looks like we're basically just putting these here, and then we're adding these here and I do apologize for the excess noise from me clanking this thing back and forth, up and down. It is a little difficult because there's really nothing here to, you know, keep it propped up. And that was that page real quick. And on to the next one. I imagine we'll be working on the wings here very, very soon. And then they have these funny little bumper pieces. I'm amazed still at the number of these that I've literally never seen before. They're just so unique with what how the way they look and what all they do. Now, this actually, I don't know if those were the right piece. They're not the right pieces. We need gray pieces. That's my mistake. I think we need not that one. Maybe these. These look like they're the right size. Yes, they are. And then this guy right here, I can tell where this is going. Goes right down over the top. And it still gives you that motion. That's very cool, very, very cool. Yeah, we're kind of picking up pace here. This one looks like it's got lots and lots of little pieces. But that's okay. We like that. We really like that. And it looks like we're going to connect it with one of these guys. Yeah. Looks like it anyway. Yeah. And then a smooth one next to it. Yes. And then one of those funny little bumper pieces that, where did I see one of those? Actually, it's this one. I think it's gray. I think they're all this color, maybe? There's two of them. Oh no, was I supposed to use that back? Okay, we had a small build error right here. We need to put the gray ones on the back, not the dark ones. Whoopsie daisy. Quick fix. No big deal. There we go. Now we've got something here. Now, it looks like you put this guy right there. And then you attach it to the side as such. Oh wow, that is neat. Oh boy. This thing is so cool. Ah, and you need another one of these guys. Right? Maybe. Will it go in there? It should. Come on. There it is. And then I'm sure we're just duplicating. Oh, maybe you just do the one side. I guess we're just doing the one side for right now. Interesting. Okay. I like this little emblem here. I think this has firing parts on it. Things that shoot things out. That's kind of cool. Boy, these are some really weird looking pieces, I must admit. But I am hyped as all get out to see what it does and what it looks like. Okay. Now, how exactly does this work? Do you push it down? Oh, you do. Okay, I hope I did that right. And then this guy mounts to the side here. Oh, okay, I'm seeing it now. we're actually putting a lot of pieces on the side here. Very, very cool. Okay. It looks like that goes here. Oh, I think I need this one, not that one. This goes here. This goes here. And the little, I guess this is a little shooter thing goes there. Okay. So we basically just assembled this side part here. That's very neat. Again, the level of detail in this is really impressive. Just super cool. Next page. Okay, we need one of these longer, smooth pieces to come in and kind of cover up the bottom here. Did I get the right size? I might have gotten too big of one. No, I think we got the right size. Did I just not have it? Oh, I didn't have it on right. And then this guy comes in here. Got some. It looks like we're adding more side pieces. The level of detail on the sides of this are really coming in nicely. And then it looks like we have one of these little cylinders here just go into this. And I can see why they would have you put this in that particular order, so you're kind of not building against yourself. You could probably fix this without too much trouble, but, or I mean go back and adjust it if need be, but I like how they tell you that this particular piece has 5 holes in it. I like that, just in case you might have forgotten. And again, it's got the 1-to-1 design on it. And it looks like we're going to come in and cover up those little pieces now with some more of these smooth pieces. Just really make this look cool. It gives it that really sleek look. Just looks really neat. Okay, it looks like we are now starting assembly on the wings. Very, very cool, very, very cool. Another 5. Need, what, 2 of those? Yes. And 2 of the little anchors, so to speak. Okay. And it looks like it wants you to put those down at the ends again. And it looks like you're not pushing them all the way through, you're just kind of bringing them up to the end. And I'm sure if you need to adjust these later, you can, but that's all we're doing right here is just like that. And just putting that piece on like so. Next page. Very small page. Attempting to see where I'm putting this piece, and I'm not seeing where. It's probably obvious, I'm just not. Oh, right on top. Silly me. Okay, so it looks like that goes there, and this goes right behind it. Yes. Okay. Small crisis averted. Next page. I imagine we're going to basically be we're duplicating this on the other side now. You'll probably be able to see more of what I just built now from this side a little bit more now, because it's facing the camera, whereas it wasn't before. Okay, we're going to leave that out until we're ready to put that last one on. This one, and this one. And this time we're just kind of reversing the order, whereas we're putting the other pieces in first. Oops. Oh, there it is. Whoop, there it is. And then this. Oh, I didn't do this right. Oopsie. That's right, you have to leave it. Oh, I'm not using them. Those are the twos. I need the three length pieces there. Now we're getting somewhere. Silly me. And then that leaves room for this guy. Oops, let's turn that around so it's facing the right direction. And then we can put it on. And put this little guy in place where it needs to be. Got it. Okay. And we're just basically duplicating what we just did on the other side again. So we need these. And the other one. And we're just pressing them right onto the end. Not pushing them through, mind you, just onto the end. I don't think you're supposed to push them through at all. And then this will just go on the end just like the other one. And they're kind of loose. I think it's probably supposed to be like that. Oops. And it looks like we're putting together the other side of the... Oops, that's not it. Where is that? No, that's not it. Here it is. These, I think, are the little torpedo blasters that I think you put in here, and I think these are the mechanisms that, yeah, they shoot the gun, the little photon torpedoes. Piece. And then the other one of these, it goes in here now. Next page. That's where we need the little ones. Now, where do they go? Okay, I see. You basically are filling in where the smooth pieces are. cylinder one here. So that way we can still maneuver the wings. Very important. Next page. A couple of these smooth pieces. Looks like we're going to be using a couple more decals again, which is fun. Okay, I'm seeing kind of where they go. It looks like you put the star-shaped design on the one in the rear. To the rear, I should say. Okay, we got that one. And then the other more square-looking one to the front. Actually got those on pretty darn perfect. You can kind of see the design here on these two circles. That's the two stickers I just put on. Next page. We're just using 4 of these little kind of smooth black plastic pieces to kind of, looks like we're building up the top of it a little bit. Okay, next page. So we've got 2 of these and 2 of these. And it looks like we're just kind of encompassing the little holder on top that I'm sure is what will be the build of the cockpit hatch, the little clear plastic part that's going to come down that seals the guy Poe inside, keeps him safe. Okay, next page. These guys. Yeah, now it looks like we're just adding kind of some accent pieces, the kind of finishing touches, so to speak, to kind of really give this thing a lot of good looking parts, real smooth, shiny plastic parts that not really brick like the peg end pieces, but more the flat, smooth pieces that really make it shine. Looks like we're adding this little rotator guy here. Kind of almost looks like a switch. Either way. Oh, and we are putting the cockpit door on. I gotta be careful here. Oh wow, that is just really cool. Very nice. That is just really cool. And it basically is giving you this little diagram that says if you're turning this guy here and your wing parts aren't moving, you got a problem. But if they are, you're doing good. And I'd say we're doing good. Next page. 2 of these little guys, and 2 of these. And it looks like we have turned this upside down, and we are adding these pieces here and here, and then we're putting these here and here. Whoa, they're not going in super easy. We're getting them. There, we got it. Okay, next page. Okay, this is another interesting looking piece. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I'm guessing this is the kickstand of sorts. it will keep the front end of the ship upright. That is really neat. And then this guy goes in here, and it swivels. Oh, that's neat because it has a locking. It feels like it kind of locks in place. Looks like we're bending it that way though to start. And then you just kind of slide it on the bottom part here, right in place. And I'm assuming that lets it sit upright. And that's the end of bag 3. Oh, that is neat. Oh, and it folds up when you're not. That is so neat. Obviously it'll need to be down. Now it has something to support it. That is so cool. Now the only thing I'm a little concerned about is it looks like I have this extra smooth piece. I'm not real super sure that it was supposed to have that left over. So I'm gonna take a quick peek back. Maybe I was and I just, oh no, I wasn't. I skipped this one little part. It's supposed to go right here. I kind of just overlooked it. I mean, it was pretty obvious once I actually saw it, so. Okay, we're on to bag 4, and I'm impressed that they give you so many spare parts. I really, really like that. That's neat. We'll just kind of set this up here now. We're finally going to assemble Poe, the main guy that this this ship belongs to. Oh, and BB-8's in here too. That's kind of funny. That's clever. I'm gonna set that to the side here until we get all the way together. If I could find his helmet. Which, oh, I got his gun. Got his gun. Where's his helmet? Oh, right here. It's hiding inside another piece. Okay. Okay, we've got Poe built. Next page. Looks like we are turning this around like this now, I guess. Oh, we are putting BB-8 inside. It's cool because he's just like this little, he looks like a marble almost. That's so funny. I like that. And that's where on the inside here, that one little peg by itself, that was specifically for him, and he's finally now part of the ship. I like that. That's funny. Next page. And unless I'm mistaken, it looks like we're finally taking shape with the wing. It looks like that goes right next to it. Oh no, it goes on the end here, there. And this comes in. That kind of holds it in place, and then that kind of goes on the end, and then you turn it over. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So we're kind of building the wing now. And it is coming together nice. Oh, interesting. What kind of a piece was that? Oh, it's right here. Wow. Okay. And these look, these little black pieces look like they're little telephones, but it's just a smooth plastic piece. And it looks like we're gonna have more decals going on again. It said number 8. Yeah. It's like a racing, it almost looks like a racing stripe. That's kind of funny. This is actually kind of hard to put on because it's like you're putting a black on black piece. It's really hard to see and line it up unless you can get the light just right. Well, that's not perfect, but it's straight on, so we'll just leave it as such. And then where does this other little guy go? Because it said they needed 2. there's the other one. That's where it goes. And it needs a decal number 9. And as it's facing that way, it just goes on like that. Got it. And then that guy just goes here. Wow, that is really neat. Okay, next page. Clear piece. I wasn't sure when those were going to come into play, but now I see we are definitely in need of them now. One of those little anchor pieces down here at the end. Another anchor piece, and then a clear one in between them. Or, I'm sorry, a empty one in between them. These right here. And then another, this one. And then this guy right here, he goes here. Here's the piece. So that only goes through so far. And then I want that to go through here. And one of these. And then looks like this guy, yes, on the other side to hold it in place. Looks like we are attaching the wing. Oh my goodness. To the ship. Okay, I kind of see where. Let's go ahead and slide this step back just a bit. Oh, okay. I get it. So you leave that open as such, so that way it can come in here. And then you push this through, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We have a wing attached. And we just gotta line it up. And we do. We are connected. Although this doesn't really lay flat. I hope that comes around on the next page. Because as it sits right now, it's kind of tilted. Funny, a little bit. Oh, it does. It comes up. There. Wow, that is really neat. Yeah, head comes all the way up. So we'll go ahead and set that back down. And it looks like we're just duplicating the process again for the other side. So this is basically just another wing, again, like the one we just built. So I'm going to try to kind of whip through this quickly, as fast as I can. We just built one of these. We're just duplicating it again, and I mean that's basically all bag 5 is going to be is all the parts again. Of the same thing. Yeah, some of these pieces are just really cool. I can't stress enough how neat a lot of these are. I'm still in shock of how neat this kit is. Just so cool. Number 8 again. And again, this is just kind of a racing stripe looking decal. But very cool. Whoops. I got it going off the side there. That's better. It's not perfect actually. No, I'm gonna have to reset that one more time. Yeah, I don't want these to catch. I don't want them to kind of get hooked off to the side. Boy, getting those lined up is more challenging than you'd think. Because you gotta get it in just the right light. Ugh, boy, I'm not doing too good here. Did that get it? I think that did not get it. Wow. I almost need to be a Jedi to get this to work. Yeah, I got that one. That one worked. Okay. My goodness. Whew. Okay, we got it. Now, we need this. This one. You know what? of here? I think I did. Well, I guess you'd never know. We'll have to look later on in the build, but I think I left a square piece off. Possibly. It's not looking like I got everything. That's too bad. That's gonna be kind of downer if I did, but I can always... I'm gonna try to look at that real quick because I think I did leave one out. Let's go back. Where was that? Oh, you know what? I don't think it actually had me use that. Oh, wait, no. Did it? I don't think it did, actually. I might be okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing that piece used anywhere like this one. So the top might be slightly different from the bottom, so I think we're okay. Okay, back to what we were doing. We're gonna need this guy back. Another number 9 decal. There we go. And now it's wanting me to assemble the wing. Oh, there's where the other one goes. Okay, so I'm definitely sure I didn't mess up on the other wing. Thank you. Good. I was kind of worried that I did, but we're definitely okay. Dodged a bullet. Sort of. Thankfully. And I might have forgotten to show you a page or two, but we're still going. We're getting closer to the end. Oops. Don't want to knock that out of you, just in case. Yeah, this side of the wing is definitely a little different than the other. And that's kind of what was throwing me off a little bit, was I was thinking maybe somehow I'd messed up something, but actually I hadn't. So, lucky me, I guess. And it looks like we're gonna need more decals once again. Make sure we put the orange down. And again, sorry if I'm not quite showing you how everything is perfectly laid out. Once I get more done, I'll be happy to kind of do more of a pano of the build. This is not going on very nicely. I should have put the sticker on before I put the... Okay, that's good enough. These aren't going to be perfect, but you know what? I don't necessarily want them to be perfect. I want it to look like somebody actually put it together themselves and not something else. And then... That's already on there. Okay, so it looks like we've got this part done. We're on to the next. Sorry again if I'm moving too quickly. I just want to kind of keep on trucking here a little bit. And it looks like this just joins here. And it does. And then we come in here and here with that. This guy comes up, two of these. Here and here. I'm probably kind of like working against myself a little. How about I set this? I don't have a clue what this is. Whatever it is, it's almost like they hid it in the box. And actually here, I'm gonna turn this around so you can kind of see the wings. Sorry I haven't done that earlier. Didn't do that earlier. Here's kind of what we're working with. Kind of see the wing here. That's the bottom half. We're finishing up the top half now. Okay. We put those two on. We need this guy to go here. We need this guy to go here. We need the vented piece to go here. Okay. I haven't seen these get used yet, but I'm sure they will. This is a really intricate build. I'm a little bit sad that I chose this one for my first build, but I'm also excited because this has been a lot of fun so far. Literally, I have no regrets with this build, other than it's kind of big for my first one for this YouTube channel. And it looks like we need decal number 4. Oh wow, this is a big decal, oh my goodness. And that just lays right on here. That looks pretty good, I like that. And then it looks like we're doing the wing attachment piece, which I'm very excited for. Actually, wait, no, it's this one. Yes. Goes through here. And then we catch the other side there with that, and there with that. Okay, and then it looks like, yep, we're attaching, whoops. We're attaching the top half of the wing now. Okay. And I really don't know what's in this little box, but I'm really anxious to find out what it is. It looks like we're going to go ahead and attach the wing here and push this piece all the way through, if I can line it up correctly. And it's going, it's going, it's going. We're through. Now the question is what works this is kind of what I want to know. Because it seems like this would need to attach somehow. But like I said, we're not done yet, so we'll see. And that's it. No, we're not done yet. Okay, that's probably what's in the bag. Okay, I'm guessing that's the rubber bands. I was gonna say, how do we... That's what's in here. It'd have to be, right? Yes, it is. Okay. And it looks like they want you to put both... Well, if they come out of here, they want you to put both on here. I was gonna say, how else would this work, you know? And it just wants you to put both of them on here. Oh, I shot it up at my face. That's no good. There we go. Okay, and they're both They're both on there. And that's what keeps the wings together. Aside from when you do this little number. Oh my god, that is so cool! Oh my god, do you see how that works? It lets them open, and then it lets them snap shut. Oh, that is so cool. Oh man, that is so cool. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is neat. Okay, so basically it looks like the last part of this build is basically just making the wings for the other side of the ship and connecting it. Yeah. I'm going to take a quick peek ahead. Oh, we're not totally done yet. It looks like we have to make the engines too. And then that's it. And it does have firing photon torpedoes. That is so cool. Wow, this build is absolutely worth. Honestly, I don't know if I would have paid full retail for this. Anything on sale, easily worth the money. All day. 100% all day. I'm going to just take the packages real quick, the loose bags, and I'm going to go ahead and slide them inside the box. Whoops, I'm dropping one. I don't want to get rid of these just yet. Give me just 1 second here to open these. And I'm going to get a Ziploc bag to put the extra parts in. So that way we don't... Whoa, I'm losing stuff. I was wondering so much what the... what was in the... What's in the box? That was the little rubber bands that hold the wings together. Genius. Genius move on Lego's part. Just absolutely brilliant. Okay, that is the rest, well, most of the rest of the packaging. I need to open this last rubber band box. Get those out. Take those out and set them right there. And that is the rest of the packaging. Slide that in there. Go ahead and put this back up on display. Oh my goodness, that is just too cool. Let's go ahead and set these little cylinder parts upright. They're just really wanting to roll, oops, my book closed. They're just really wanting to roll away. Okay, we are on the last bag of the parts. Last bag. Oh, this thing is just really not wanting to lay flat anymore. It's kind of getting to the point where the bigger half is not where I need it to be per se. I'm gonna try to hurry up here a little bit, as it looks like the battery on my camera or my phone, I'm using my phone to video this, is starting to get a little bit on the weak side, so I need to hurry up a little bit. I might have to take a pause here to go get my portable charger and pop that in. Again, I do apologize a little for the length of this first video, but I mean, I'll be honest, I am really excited to be able to bring you this as the first video for this channel. I don't know what better way to kick off a new YouTube channel than with an epic build like this. And I don't think there's any better way to describe it than that. I really don't. This is absolutely epic. This kit is insanely cool. I just, I don't know, I really don't know how else I would describe it. I really don't. Just so stinking cool. I need that one flat black piece. There it is. I just have to be really careful not to let any of these parts go rolling off off on me, because they could very easily. We don't want that. No, no, we don't. Not that I wouldn't be able to find them fairly quick. I just would prefer not to if I don't have to, you know what I mean? This is too big. Here's the part I'm after. Yes, yes. That's a little better. But yeah, I'm kind of trying to hurry up just a little bit. Because I know the viewers, are anxious to see this put together. And I gotta be honest, I am really anxious to see this as well in its final built state. Because wow, this thing is neat already looking. It looks really good already. I mean, we've only got half the wingspan done, but I am already like super hyped for this to be finished. I mean, just the motion of the wingspan is so cool. Oh, it's so cool. If I was like 10 years old and I got this and I put this together, I would just be, I don't know if I could contain myself. I'd be so hyped for this. Okay, I don't like how I'm having to hold this book. Maybe it'll stay for me here. I hope. I hope it will. Make sure I hold this right. I don't want to orient this wrong and then have it kind of go off the side. Whoops. Got a little bit loose there. And then two of the little silver guys. I mean, just looking at this thing, it is an impressive Lego kit. I mean, I know, I can't even imagine, like, if there's some Lego fans watching right now, or even if you're not, Lego makes a Lego Death Star, so obviously it probably would help to have a little idea about Star Wars stuff too, but it is a monstrous, monstrous build. That would probably be a multi-part series to video this, to bring this to you. But, I mean, depending on how if this YouTube channel works out, I would love to bring that to my viewers. I would really like to bring that to my viewers. Just something of that size would just be so cool. And I mean, there's probably already videos of people assembling one, but that's not me assembling it. That's somebody else, and that's fine. But I would love to bring that to my viewers. I just think that would just be really, really cool to be able to do that. I'm probably not going to show much of the pages of this particular part because we're just doing the other side of the wings. It's nothing you haven't already seen, and just for speed's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and probably bypass showing you the pages because you have in fact seen the pages. This is just in reverse, so you're not really missing out on anything here. Number 8. I tell you though, I'm not in love with the decals. I really wish these would come either pre-applied or painted. That would be my one thing that I would probably the only thing I change on this kit is the decals. Because I'm not a fan of putting these on. It might seem kind of silly. I probably is. I don't like that. I don't like having to put stickers on. I feel like that should come that way already done. And let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think about having to put the stickers on? Is that a classic Lego thing? Is that something we should always have? Or are you kind of agreeing with me where I think they should either be painted on or pre-applied? I don't personally feel like putting stickers on things in a Lego kit really add to the build. I don't. I almost kind of feel like they detract from it slightly. It's not that it's not even something that makes me angry. It's nothing to that extent. I just kind of feel like that's something that should already be done for you. And if anything, it can kind of help you identify some of the pieces. And I think that's just as good too, personally. I have nothing against that. Not one thing. Okay, where's that? There it is. Got that guy there. Anchor this down. We need this guy here. Another one of those next to it. Wait. Does that go next to it? It does. I'm just being silly. And one of these. Wait a minute. One of these guys go here, yes. And that gives it the fourth block with which to attach to. I'm really hoping I'm not skipping anything here. I don't think we are. Okay. Now, where is... That's interesting, that one was already inside there. That's kind of funny. Push that through, catch it on the other side with that, and one of these. Just gonna take a quick peek here. I think we've got that one done, okay. And it looks like we are gonna go ahead and attach this wing. Yes we are. Okay. Hype time right here. I kind of hope that having already put the, what am I trying to say? Oh boy. Oh, that's, that's why I'm not getting it to go through the hole. Feels bad. Okay, there we go. Now it's started. And that ought to just go on through. And it does. And there's the bottom, there's the other half of that one. The bottom half, I should say. Now we're on to the top half, the engines, and we're done. And again, I'm not going to be showing the pages of this again because like I said a little bit ago, we've already seen these. We're just almost duplicating the same thing again. So there's not a whole lot of need to show that, but I will once we get the whole wing applied. I just gotta find, where is it? There it is. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, oh, we're missing a piece, but no, we're good. Hey, kiddo. We are coming down to the finish line. Look at, you wouldn't believe the motion of the wing. Yeah. And it has a little thing here. It's kind of off center a little bit because I'm still assembling the other wing, but yeah. Okay. We are rocking and rolling here really well. And then the little square piece goes here. And then we need the little inside piece to go here. And then we flip it back over, and we're gonna add the little retainer pieces, so to speak, that kind of give it its form. And where's the gray piece? Up right there. And two of the little silver pieces go on the ends here and here. Two more of those pieces, so if I can find them. Yes, that one faces out there. And one other one was right here. Goes right, oops, goes right next to. I'd have to aim those. Might have to aim these just a little bit better. And the square piece that I thought that I might have not used on the other wing, but in fact I did. Okay. Now we need this guy and this guy to go here. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then this one. This one. More decals. Can't seem to get away from the decals. But I did hit a home run on that one. First try. Maybe if you just put a lot of decals on things, you're just already naturally good at doing those. I'm not, because I really don't do things like this very much, so. Okay, so we've got this guy. We're gonna go here, and here, and here, and here. Turn it over, and go up to the corner here, and the little edge piece down here. Turn it back over. I do one of these anchor pieces out here. One of these guys here. Silver piece here. And here. And then this guy here. This guy here. Where's one of those little clear ones? Right here. Okay, and the little photon torpedo blaster goes over here. And it looks like it overhangs a little bit, and I think that's correct. And then of course they want you to put another decal on, which again I'm not super fond of, but we'll get it done. Did I get it? Not great, actually. Let's see if I can't pop that up off. Actually, that's okay. I thought it was off, but it's okay. And then we need the vented piece. One of those. Right here. This guy right here. Next page. And this is where we join them together. Like like so. I'm going to add the, whoops, bigger one here, and this one here. Then we need this guy here. This one here. This one here. Two of those. That one there, that one there. And we need to put a decal, one of the last decals if I'm not mistaken. I need, not that one, and I think it needs a piece under it, yes. Yeah, there's actually one more decal after the one I'm putting on right now. Got it first try, we like that. Okay, we're coming to the finish line here on the wing. Whoops. That's the first piece I've dropped this whole video. I'm pretty proud of that. And then we catch the other side with the little cylinder and one of the little holders. And then I do believe it's time to attach the other side of the wing. Oh, man, this is a big, big Lego. My goodness. Let's go get that started at least. And we've got it through. Okay. And then we just put the rubber bands on this one like we did the other side, and that's what holds the wings together. Oh, whoop, almost shot that one across the room like I did before. Okay. And it looks like we have an assembled X-Wing. Okay, the wingspan thing is just so freaking cool. I mean, that just looks so damn neat. Oh man, I just totally love that. That is just so cool. Okay, we are nearing the finish line. I think this is to help assemble the engines. I think this is right. There. There. Don't be afraid to use the table or whatever surface you're working on to kind of help you get the piece in the position that you need. It really does make a difference. Okay, and it wants you to do that piece 4 times. And I will show you that page because that one's new since the assembly of the full X-Wing itself. Oh, we did miss one decal, the last one, and it just goes right on here. Glad I looked back at that. Whoops. Got it. That is nice, real nice. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put that inside the box. Just keeping it for later. Okay, so I gotta make 4 of these. Not the most fun ever, but necessary nonetheless. Gotta make those engines. At least now I kind of have a method for doing it. Whoa, if I don't throw them across the room again. Yeah, this is going way faster now that I've done one. There's that one. And the silver piece and one of these. Are for, but I know I'm not using those yet. So those go off to the side. At least for a little bit longer. I think those are actually supposed to be like the little uprights for something here shortly. I'm sure we will see soon enough. Where's the little covers? Another one of those. Whoa. One more of these. Is it bad that I'm almost kind of sad I'm done with these? Because now that I've done like 3 of them now. Whoop. Ruh-roh. Oh, caught it. You thought you could evade me, but I didn't think so. Is it bad that I kind of wish I had more of these specific little things to build now that I've done like 3, 4 of them? Okay. Look. Boy, sometimes these don't really want to go on nice. There it goes. Okay, we've got those 4 made, finally. Okay. And it looks like we're just attaching them to the back very easily. Yeah. Now my thing is how... It looks like you just do them like that. Yes, you do. And just like that, we now have jet engines on this thing. That is super cool. So now it's got the engines on the back, the 4 here. That is super neat. Okay, this looks like the last things we're building. We are... Let's see, how is this oriented? Oh, these are really easy to put into place. Maybe. Don't want to jinx myself. And then where do you put these? Oops, I had this backwards. There we go. Silly me. Oh, these just go on the front here. Oh, that's cool. That is neat. And you do these 4 times each. Whoops. And then they just plug into the front. We'll do the other one right quick. And then replace them.
Can you find the animal that makes this sound?
Okay. And then it looks like these are the...
The dog in the dark barks and runs far. Woof, 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 woof.
These are the torpedo launchers, I guess. I guess these actually shoot, too. Oh, wow. Okay, so they, like, legit shoot. That's cool. You basically pull them back like, oh, I don't even know, like a slingshot almost. Whoa. Okay, yeah, so I just shot that one across the room. Oh my goodness. That is neat. I'm gonna actually have to go find that one over by the other side of the room. That is neat. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then I think the last final touch is just you stick these extra torpedo things on the side of the little utility cart here. And to give you a final look of this, we put the little hatch up. We can set Poe inside. Possibly we'll have to take his gun off. But he's gonna go down in here. It's kind of hard to get him to sit in there, but that's okay. And then this comes down about halfway. The little ladder comes up to him. This here is being piloted by this guy. Like so. And then this guy, he's just hanging out over here. And then these are spare pieces, and then his gun. And that is the final build. And I have to admit, this is extremely cool. Definitely one of the coolest sets I have ever personally built and personally owned. Man, and it's still got like a phone book for the instructions, but very cool. Just to show again real quick the motion of the wings. You just twist the top here. Oh man, I hope this doesn't shoot the missiles. It might. I'll try to be gentle. Yeah, there we go. This is like if it was flying. That's when they have, or in fighting mode, and you know, he's flying.
and he's shooting the guns, that's when it's open. I think they keep the wings together when it's like flying really fast. But anyway, that's the Pose X-Wing fighter. Please like and subscribe. I would appreciate any and all support. Feel free to comment below what you liked, what you didn't like. I take all constructive criticism in a good way, so I hope you enjoyed this build. I absolutely loved it. Let me know again if there's a kit you'd like to see me build in the future, and have a good one. We'll catch you next episode. Take care.